Toby, you had so much possession and territory in the first half. How did that game get away from you in the end?
Well, obviously you need to convert those on the scoreboard first and foremost. So that was, very frustrating. But you know that a local derby is going to be an arm wrestle. So, we knew that, and we were resilient to that, and to a lot of the time. And then the game just got away from us, and it got away from us purely and simply that they were allowed to do what they needed to do, and we couldn't control the things that we needed to control. So we couldn't stop them on the gain line. We became a bit more passive. Their drive got on top. Our penalty count ratcheted up, and we're in react mode rather than aggressive mode, and which was the difference between the two halves, really. And they capitalised on that, and they deserved to win.
Not helped, I suppose, by that shoulder injury to Reece Webb just before half time.
Yeah, well, that doesn't help, but that's not the nature of that performance. I champion the youngsters a lot. Whether this is one game too far for them, they're asking to carry in a lot of the physical and emotional price of performing well week in and week out, and that's part of becoming, a player at this standard. But I thought, that we were, in parts that we just let the things get away from us, as I said, from the control point of view, and we allowed them to do what they needed to do.
2 away games to come now. How do you see the task ahead of you?
Yeah, they're big. The away games are tough, especially in Six Nation windows when you've got, when you commit so many players to a programme. But, that's part of the journey for these youngsters, part of the journey of the Ospreys where we are at the moment. We're going to try and, we're trying to build a more resilient squad. A bigger squad, a more competitive squad, but these things take time within the budgetary constraints that you've got and the players that you have available to you. So that's part of the journey. We've known that from the start. We're bitterly disappointed in not just the result, but some of the stuff in the performance. But Monday's the first day of the next week, and we have to go again.
And Tuesday, the draw for Europe. One of the sides the home advantage there. What do you hope to get out of Europe now?
Well, I hope to have a team ready to play in it by the way we're going at the moment. So, no, we're, of course, we're pretty banged up at the moment, but that's a nice change of focus. We've earned the right for a home tie. It'll be exciting to see who we get. And, we'll embrace that when we get to it. We just need to obviously navigate our way through the remainder 2 fixtures, because obviously there's European Champions Cup places to play for. So, some big games coming up before that.
And positive news that you mentioned before the kick-off, the signing of Jack Morgan from the Scarlets for next season. What's he going to bring to your party?
Yeah, I mean, obviously this is, probably, I don't really want to talk about signings when, after a performance like that, because I don't want to detract away from how severely disappointing that performance was. But part of that, making yourself more robust and more competitive across, the distance of a season, is about recruiting, good quality players. And, Jack's in that window where, he's a good young player that's, taking his opportunity like many of ours have, and that means that we've got another quality player to choose from. So, yeah, it's part of the grand plan, as it were.